That's where worthiness comes in, is like, what can you do? Do you need to sit down and write down all the things that you know to realize you're worthy of asking for that pay raise? What is it going to take? But you can't ask other people for why you're worthy. You have to sit down and do some digging on yourself.
Welcome to the Be It Till You See It podcast, where we talk about taking messy action, knowing that perfect is boring. I'm Lesley Logan, Pilates instructor and fitness business coach. I've trained thousands of people around the world, and the number one thing I see stopping people from achieving anything is self-doubt. My friends, action brings clarity, and it's the antidote to fear. Each week, my guests will bring bold, executable, intrinsic, and targeted steps that you can use to put yourself first and be it till you see it. It's a practice, not a perfect. Let's get started.
Welcome back to the Be It Till You See It interview recap, where my co-host in life, Brad, and I are going to dig into the worthwhile combo I had with Margot McNaull in our last episode. I mean, also like glitter, like sparkle,
well,
like
her big thing is
legacy,
worthiness.
worthwhile. In our last episode, if you haven't yet listened to that interview, feel free to pause this now and listen to that one, then come back and listen to this one, or listen to this one as a cliff notes, and then see if you like what we like and listen to that one. You're going to want to listen to it, though. It's pretty cool. Okay, today
is quite interesting.
Oh yeah, it's a fun episode.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Well, I would have that episode, but we did. Now people are like, what is the episode?
Yeah.
Anyways, so today is July 24th, 2025, and it's International Self-Care Day.
Kind of poignant topic.
Yeah, it really is. This is something I literally every single morning when I go on a walk. I shouldn't say every single morning, because like with this sinus infection, if you haven't heard it yet, it'll pick up on it a little bit. I just don't think I look amazing in the morning, nor do I sound great. So I haven't been like you need to go on a walk. But if there's something I preach about every single day, it is self-care. So this is your day. This is your holiday to start.
Buy yourself a ring. What?
Yeah, what?
What? Oh, I mean, it's your day to self-care.
Self-care. International Self-Care Day is celebrated on July 24th. And I would actually call buying yourself a ring just like a reward or something worth doing. But self-care is actually free usually. It stresses the importance of self-care as a cornerstone of wellness. On this day, individuals throughout the world are encouraged to make self-care as part of their everyday routines and turn it into a priority. It is a milestone and an opportunity to raise further awareness of the benefits and effectiveness of self-management of health. That's what self-care is. Self-management of health. I love that. That is so great, as opposed to like self-care isn't selfish care. Self-care is literally self-management of your fucking health. Oh my God. My mind is blown. Self-care has always been incredibly important, but especially now as people realize they need to take care of themselves and put themselves first. This has made people talk about it and increased the interest of others to take control of their health and wellness by prioritizing themselves. Today, we urge you to practice self-care, even if all you do is take a walk. Self-care, the reason I say it's mostly free, because most of the things you can do for self-care is prioritize your sleep, your water intake, how you fuel yourself, that's talking food. Are you giving yourself food that makes you feel really awesome? Are you giving yourself food that makes you feel like shit? Right? Every time. And I'm not saying food is good or bad. Like when we have the Anthony episode, like we talk about that. But like there are foods that aren't serving you.
Yeah.
Whether or not they're considered healthy or unhealthy, I don't care. Whether they're not serving you. So are you fueling yourself, right? Are you surrounding yourself with people who make you feel better about yourself? That's self-care, right? Like literally saying no to a friend, an Eeyore friend, just throw back from last week, like, or not, that's self-care, right? So maybe you have to put your phone on do not disturb. That's self-care, so tons of things that are self-care that are free. Spa days, not self-care. That is just something you get to do because it feels good and you deserve it. But to me,
I like that distinction, because I think for me too, I've thought about like, oh, self-care, I got to go do something for myself, which means spending money. And it doesn't necessarily have to be that way.
No, going for a walk around the block is self-care.
Or, when you're feeling that afternoon slump, go do a handstand for 4 seconds at the wall and get some blood flow to your head.
Yeah.
I mean, that's self-care.
Yeah.
Getting some vitamin D by sitting in the sun in the morning.
Yeah.
That's self-care.
Yeah.
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 So it doesn't have to involve spending money. All right. Well, here's what we got coming up. Agency Mini from Profitable Pilates just closed in the last couple of days. What an amazing event. I'm not going to lie.
It's some really great people.
Well, I like that we changed it and it was shorter.
Yeah, I mean,
know?
I think good for everyone because the biggest problem we have with, and this is like why, at Be It Till You, the Be It Till You See It podcast, we talk about like you get better every time you do something.
Yeah.
And so Agency Mini,
This is our 11th time doing it.
yeah,
11.
it evolved every single time it evolved, and then the last 3 or 4 times we're like, we have it dialed in, we have it nailed down, everything is good. But the one piece of feedback that we used to get that we could never solve was like the overwhelm. And we'd always tell people, don't take in everything. Like just take in what you need. But the problem is people have FOMO and we have perfectionists and like,
don't worry, Agency isn't like Agency Mini.
Yeah.
Agency Mini was chaos and like a whirlwind. And Agency actually, but like we still have to say that.
Yeah.
So we were like, it's not aligned.
Yeah, it's not aligned. So because of our new tools we have at Agency, because of our new app, all these different things, we have an app. It made it easier for us to make Agency Mini a mini version of Agency without the overwhelm. And it was super fun to help people. And now we have a bunch of Agency members and it's just super great. So I'm excited for you guys. Can't wait to work with you guys. And we literally leave tomorrow.
We're going on tour, y'all.
Are we leaving today? No, we leave now.
We live on 20.
Yeah, we're leaving today.
Oh, yeah, we're leaving tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're totally right. I have 25th as the first class,
the tour. But
we actually drive out tonight. 24th.
Clearly, we recorded this early. We're on the road.
We're on the road. No, we're not on the road just yet.
Yeah.
Because it drops in the morning. We'll be leaving tonight.
They could be listening to it at night. So if you're listening at night, we're on the road. So anyways, opc.me/tours where you can get tickets because it's not too late.
Yeah, we're heading to Phoenix.
Some cities are too late, but it's not too late to sign up. You can, as long as there's room, you can sign up. And also, the Calgary stop is a virtual stop.
There are 2 virtual workshops in Calgary. Go to opc.me/Calgary for that.
Yeah, but opc.me/tours, all 15 cities. It's really going quite amazing. We have 3 cities in Canada. Of course, Vancouver is way sold out.
Super.
At the time we're recording this, Kamloops only has space in the workshop and not a lot. And Calgary has room in all of its goodness, including the virtual spots. We did limit how many people could be at the virtual as well. So just because it's virtual doesn't mean everyone can attend. We kept it quiet, kept it small. So you can have a great experience. So go to opc.me/tour. I want to see you.
Yes.
And then we come home, unpack, and change out the suitcases and clean out the van.
Because we're home for like a week and a half.
And then we go to the
UK.
Yeah, we're going to the UK.
Yeah, we're going to go to Scotland.
We're going to leave my dad in Scotland. We're going to head down into Britain, and we're going to teach in Essex and Leeds. In England, I guess.
I guess we'll call it Britain. But I think Great Britain is all of it, and England is...
it's really quite complicated. It's really annoying. I'd say England is correct. You're absolutely right. Yeah. I got a little stuck. I was watching the Hamilton King George sing his song, and I think I just got stuck.
Yes.
I love... It's one of the best songs. It's too bad it's about him. Anyways,
we'll be back.
Yes. You'll be back. So anyways.
Yes, you'll be back.
So anyways, we'll go down into England. Excuse me. Somehow I'm supposed to drive on the opposite side of the road that I'm used to, and we'll see how that goes.
You're going to do great, babe.
Do great. No turns, please. So we're going to go to Essex. We have a Tuesday and a Wednesday workshop and workout situation going on. So you can buy day passes or a 2-day pass. You'll save money with a 2-day pass. And then we're going to go up to Leeds. That's our second time in Leeds. We only have a couple spots left there. And then we're going to hit back up to Scotland, grab my dad for his, adventures he's going on himself, and fly home.
There's a coffee shop in Leeds that I'm very excited to go back to.
Oh, the guy who makes a 7-minute long latte?
Yes, the guy.
Yeah, the guy.
I really hope he's still there.
I think he is. According to Claire, he still is.
Okay, good. Well, I'm very excited because that's going to be awesome.
It is, you guys, it is one of the best lattes. It is the smallest cup I have ever seen have espresso and milk in it. And it took them
scientific coffee.
It took them so long. I was like, I need a cup of coffee.
He made one, tasted it, and dumped it and started over for me. I was like, what was wrong with that one? He's like, it didn't settle. It wasn't the right flavor. It was burnt. So whatever the heck it was.
Yeah.
He was like, no,
not into it.
I'm not serving you this.
We're not even doing a great job because we don't even know the name of the place. But you know what? If you come to Leeds, Brad will take you.
I'll take you.
Okay. So opc.me/UK to snag your spots there. Then we come home. Our besties are visiting us from Florida.
Yeah.
We're going to unpack the cold weather clothes we took and put hot weather clothes back in a suitcase and be in Cambodia. Oh my God. I can't wait for the humidity to be on the skin after all of the summer tour and UK. Like, no offense, but like I live for humidity. Like everyone's like, oh, I love a dry heat. You have no idea what you're talking about. humid heat is way better for your skin, for the youthfulness, for your hair. Everything is better. So crowsnestretreats.com if you would like to have humidity on your skin and spend time with us in an epic place, see the temples, come to our house, do
It's
Pilates.
magical. Take a break from all the chaos.
Figure out
Come
your
join us over
self-care routine. I will help you with that. I will
Yeah.
help you bring out your dream schedule. Anyways, before we get into the amazing episode with Margot, we have an audience question. A couple
We
questions.
sure do. 2 questions actually from Caroline on IG. Thank you, Caroline, for asking. Number 1 is, hi, can you recommend a great pair of undies for Pilates or leggings? I read this before and forgot. I always notice a print when I get off my reformer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't, Caroline, but I know someone who can.
Okay, we remember when we got this question on YouTube, we're like, do we go live about this? And we're like, oh my God, what weirdos are going to show up for the live? It's like my favorite underwear for Pilates. So here's the thing. I like EBY. They have a type of underwear that is a little more wicking. We have, right? We have a video.
I didn't know how to find it, so I just went to YouTube and I searched Lesley Logan underwear, and the video comes up.
Perfect. I wish they had millions of views. It probably doesn't. But anyways, so I like those because they're nice and thin under my leggings, so they don't leave a mark. Like when I'm walking around, you can't see my underwear, which is like a big deal to me. I don't know why we are obsessed with this, but I'm obsessed with people not seeing the outline of my underwear. Probably from purity culture life. I have no idea. Anyways, the other reason I like it is if, ladies, you don't know this, but if your underwear covers your butt and then you put leggings on it, that is why you're losing your pants on stomach massage.
Sure.
So I like that. Also, another reason I like the EBY is because I am a sweater and I don't really like when your like underwear doesn't keep you dry and so otherwise like your pants are wet where your underwear is. I like my underwear to keep me dry as much as possible. So then I have like sweat like on my thighs, but not in my crotch. So anyways, that's my favorite for that. Otherwise,
What did you say?
I think they're called EBY.
And they're from?
EBY underwear.
Oh, that's the company.
Yeah. Yeah. It's EBY Women's Seamless. Yeah. That's the one I like.
All right. We're going to put a link in the show notes for that.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, they're having a sale. I should get some more.
Thanks, Caroline.
Thanks, Caroline. She had another question though.
Yes. Caroline had a second question. She said, hey, do you have a shake plate that you recommend?
I do.
I had a feeling.
We'll put a link in the show notes because I don't know the brand name, to be honest. But I love this thing. I get on mine.
It also wasn't like outrageously expensive. It was.
No.
I mean,
No,
it wasn't
it ranges,
nothing, but it also wasn't like $1 million.
It's like it ranges from like a little over 100 to about 150, and I think depends on the color or the time of year. But like honestly, it's something that if I'm like, oh.
Well, let's talk about what is a shake plate and why do you do it?
So it kind of is, a shake plate is kind of like a spin on the Power Plate. Power Plate would be the brand. And Power Plates, I have experienced those.
The big metal silver looking ones that are like, 2.5 feet wide.
Yeah.
You can do a handstand on those.
Oh yeah, you can do some great stretches on those. My trainers at Equinox will like go here and do your pigeon stretch, and it like would really help with my running, help open my hips. I mean, like I don't know all this. Here's the thing, you guys, I don't know all the scientific facts around it, but like I can say that Power Plates are really, really epic, and they can like turn your muscles on and off in such a way that it's like a full workout. In fact, in Vegas, there's a place called Vibe 28 that's literally workouts on a Power Plate.
I didn't know that.
And it's like they even do like a meditation class on them. So you like just do different stretches on them. It's really quite cool. I will say they made me put a booty band around my legs and do squats on that thing. And I was like, oh my God, I thought I was in shape. No. It's like intense. And there's a reason why it's like only 28 minutes. You definitely don't want to work out longer than that. So it can be really effective. But the reason I got one is because it can also be really good for lymphatic drainage and it's really good for balance and stability. And so my ankles are really hypermobile and my muscles around my knees have been really hard for me to like turn on. And so I got one because you can just stand on it and I swear it's doing something for lymphatic drainage. Like my girlfriends and I just like live by that. I have another girlfriend who like had some back stuff and she just put it on like the lowest level and sat on it and her back felt better. So like that's amazing. Great. So anyways, I get on mine and I literally will like do Slack for 15 minutes or I'll read a book. Yes, I can read a book while shaking. I'm also very tall. I could like, my arms aren't shaking. The rest of me is. I play a video game on there. On my days where I don't want to work out, but I got time on my hands, I get on there and I do it. Sometimes I just put my legs on it and it feels really good. I have literally Googled multiple times, is standing on my shake plate at all beneficial? And the answer is yes. Now, of course, it's more beneficial if you do like a plank or a squat, but I play around my different foot positions and my ankles are much more stable. My medial quad is actually turning on. I think it's been really fun for my lymphatic drainage around my center. So I love my shake plate. Big fan.
Oh, man.
Yeah, total. Yeah. So anyways, and it doesn't take a lot of space. One of my girlfriends lives in like a tiny like studio apartment. I got one and she's like, I do it twice a day, every day. So some of us now like do like, we like take pictures of ourselves and each other like, I'm on mine. Oh, I'm on mine. So now it's for like a little club.
That's funny. That's fun. I've even done it too. I do enjoy it. It definitely, first time you do it, you're going to feel a little bit like numb getting off of it afterwards.
Yeah.
Don't turn it up that high on the first time.
There's programs and literally start with the first program. And also a little side note that I would do. I was like, oh, every day I'm just going to do the next program up. No, that is not how you get used to it. I recommend like doing program 1 for a few days and program 2 for a few days because I made my psoas so fucking sore. I had to stretch. So just
well, anyway, Caroline, we'll put that link in the show notes so you can check it out. Hey, look, if you have a question at all for anything or about anything or whatever, go to beitpod.com/questions.
Yeah, see how much it doesn't have to do with
beitpod.com/questions, and you can leave us a question or a win.
Yeah.
So if you want to be featured on the FYFs for Friday's episodes,
your win could be that you bought yourself a shake plate and you did your first 15 minutes of self-care on it. Oh.
All right, well, stick around. We'll be right back. We're going to talk about Margot McNaull in just a minute. All right, welcome back. Let's talk about Margot McNaull. Margot is the founder of Store by Margot, a bespoke fine jewelry company born from her own journey of designing her engagement ring in India. With no formal background in jewelry design, she turned her natural eye and personal experience into a thriving business, helping women create meaningful, deeply personal pieces. Today, her work centers around empowering women to own their worth, often through designing their own legacy jewelry that tells their story. And that's what most of the episode was actually about, was about worth and worthiness and, you know, why you would buy a ring for yourself and conversations that happen in the home, you know, in a family, usually a married couple. You know, it was interesting. I thought, I don't know, I'm not really the guy that's out there trying to buy myself a ring, but if I wanted to buy a ring, I would probably save up the money and go buy the ring.
Yeah, I mean, you and I are.
But that's not how the conversation traditionally goes.
No, I mean, also like even, well, the beautiful ring I have, I literally told someone to tell you.
I have no idea what you just said.
My engagement ring that you got me. Yeah. I made sure people in my life knew what I wanted. Yeah. Because you had said don't talk to me about getting married, and so I was like, well, how am I going to tell them about the ring I want if I can't talk about getting married? So I just made sure all of my friends who you knew which ring I wanted.
I don't remember that's how the story went.
No, the story goes, you asked my friend for my ring size. He said, oh, I can tell you what ring she wants.
Yeah, because he had it from like a year before.
Yeah. It was before, yeah. So, anyways, I knew what I wanted. The point is, around here, we just buy ourselves the thing we want. Yeah. But I do have tons of friends who won't put a ring on their wedding ring finger because that's saving it for then, or they want something, but then they compromise or they don't have it's a whole thing. And so she's just a big person, like buy the thing that you want and buy the ring that you want, and that because you're worthy of it, and not waiting for a partner or waiting for external people to tell other people outside of you to tell you what ring you should have or what you're worth or things like that. I think it's really cool. And she said she was observing that women often struggle to buy fine jewelry for themselves, not because of money, but because they don't feel like they're worthy of it. Because like you said, I would just save up the money and go get it. A lot of people will save up the money and then feel bad about like that they're not like, oh, I shouldn't have spent all that money on that thing. This like Like,
I mean, I get that,
Yeah.
like I definitely understand that. I saved up money for a pair of glasses that I was like, wow, these are really expensive. And I literally wear them every day now.
Yeah.
And I'm like proud of myself for doing it.
yeah, don't you feel good?
I like them.
Yeah. I mean, I love our car.
Yeah.
It feels really cool to be in that car. I feel very worthy of that car.
Yeah.
Like now we had to save up for it. We had to wait. Like it was an expense, but like I think
I waited 10 fucking years.
I fucking did. Yeah, I did. But I wanted to have her on because I actually feel like we have a lot of listeners who are that person who has saved up the money or does have it and maybe feels a little guilty, like, oh, I shouldn't be spent on me. It should be spent on the kids, or I should be doing X, or I should be doing Y. And it's like, if you saved up that money one time, you probably could do it again, and you could probably spend it on them then that time. But so she reflected on her own deeper journey, and that she, even like while she was running her business, she was going through her own journey of self-doubt and realizing of self-worth. And so she had to go into it and realize, where do I feel like how do I feel about my worth? And so I also thought that this is really cool because oftentimes it doesn't have to do with the ring. If you don't feel worthy, it's going to translate in other areas of your life.
Yeah. It had nothing to do with the ring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing to do with the ring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when she's talking about, I think the conclusion of the worthy conversation was, it was an interesting back and forth between you and her about your experience working in retail and jewelry, and seeing how couples would come in and obviously they influence each other, but not just couples, like friends would come in, and then the person who wanted the one was doing the shopping would be influenced by the friend, and maybe the thing, like, and the friend might not have self-worth, so then they're projecting their insecurity on the decision-making process, and it could talk someone out of doing something that they were trying to do for themselves. And so what I thought was neat about her thing was she said, the only person that's going to make you feel worthy is you. Yeah. That's interesting, but it also makes me like, is there an exercise? How do we do that? How do we feel worthy? How do we help ourselves feel worthy?
I think that's a really interesting question. I think like also part of it is going back to like Nicole Mitchell, like it's like putting Post-its around your house. Like, I am worthy of liking things. I am worthy of having this. I am worthy of reaching the goals that I want to have. Like, it doesn't have to be, I'm worthy of the stuff I want to buy. Put it on. I'm worthy of get 7 hours of sleep. I'm worthy of 100 grams of protein. I'm worthy of saying no to people coming over on a Tuesday night. I'm worthy of my time. So start with there.
Wait, so we're not having dinner with them? No. Just kidding.
Yeah, but like, I think it comes from actually saying it out loud and saying it around things you can't have cognitive dissonance around.
Yeah.
So like, if buying yourself expensive sunglasses or car or whatever feels a dissonance to you, you have stuff that you still have to unpack and work through, then start with something smaller. I'm worthy of 8 glasses of water a day. Yeah. Right? I am worthy
I'm worthy of a pay raise.
Yeah.
Like, this is actually, one of the things that resonated a lot with me is a topic that I get the chance to talk about a lot, which is money.
Yeah.
Right? And money, especially with Pilates instructors, there's this weird stigma that Pilates is expensive. So you must be taking advantage of people when you're teaching. And then we shame ourselves into being like, oh, I only teach a few hours a week. So it's not that much money I'm making. And we have this weird upside down perspective of, the industry that we're in, the people that we serve, what we're doing, how much time and money we invested into getting trained, all this stuff. And then we adopt this like strange mindset around the income that we're making.
Yeah.
And so I've had this really interesting opportunity over the last year to talk about money on a consistent basis through a webinar that I've been hosting. And, unabashedly talk about the desire to get more money, to make more money, but not be weird about it, right? We're not out there like championing like money for the sake of money. That's not the point.
No.
One of the things that I've really enjoyed is in the webinar is actually future casting.
Yeah.
Right? So taking a moment, closing our eyes, and actually thinking down the road, right? When we talk about money in these webinars, I actually talk about something that's like scarily like almost like it feels scary to even be willing to dream about it. It's about doubling your money, doubling your income. So like, let's say you're making $35,000 a year. Could you make $70,000 a year with Pilates? And the answer is yes, you could, but why? Why would you want to do that? Right. And I think the glib and obvious answer is because I can get more money, but that's not the point. The point is, what are you going to do with that money?
Yeah.
And then what are we doing with that? Like, how is that helping us shift our life to be better and more enjoyable, easier? It puts us in a position to go do something else that we want to do.
Yeah. I mean, like, because to go back to the worthiness of it's like, okay, I want to make $70,000 because, well, why? So I want to be able to pay for my kid to go to summer camp. I want to be able to have money in savings. I want to be able to do X, Y, and Z. I want to donate to this thing. I want to do this thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then it's not that
it could be, I want to create a life for myself that allows me a breather, a break, right? So I don't have to be going 90 miles an hour.
And I think if we were all to say, I am worthy of having a life that gives me a break.
Yep.
What selfishness about that? So like,
yeah. And in the same vein, let's translate that over to buying things.
Yeah.
Why do we buy things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do we buy a nice car? Why do we, I don't know, put in a pool? Why do we buy fancy sunglasses that cost $500, which seems like absurd? You can buy a same pair of sunglasses for $12.
Yeah.
Why do we do that? Like, how do we do that and justify that without, feeling like an asshole, right? And
well, I think the interesting word there is justify. I don't think
well, there's a story we tell ourselves in our head, right? And I think that it's like, especially if we don't feel worthy of it,
then we're justifying.
Yeah.
But if you feel worthy, you don't have to justify anything.
Yeah.
Because it goes to the person who goes, oh, it must be nice. And the only response to it must be nice is it really is. It is. Thank you. It is. Because that has been trained into people for years and years to keep you poor. That's what it is. Every time someone has told their kids that money doesn't grow on trees, penny saved is penny earned, you like the justification of things, that is to keep you playing small. If you play small, then the rich can keep getting richer off of you playing small, of you not demanding the pay raise, of you not charging your actual worth. Because by the way, for the Pilates instructors who are listening, I just had a huge talk on both our agency office hours and the next day inside of Elevate. And I was like on a pedestal. I couldn't get off of it. And I was like, you'll have to have some courage and conviction. Like most of the problems that this goes for anyone to be a Pilates instructor is you don't realize all the hours you haven't sat down and counted all the hours of all the time you spent learning what you do.
Yeah.
Train on what you do, practicing what you do, teaching what you do. And you're thinking, oh, I'm pricing something for the 55 minutes I'm teaching them. No, you're not. That price is based on your entire past building up to it. And by the way, the future you're giving them.
Yeah.
That's what that session, that the present that they're paying for, it's for your expertise and what they get in the future. Yeah. And I think that's where worthiness comes in. Is like, what can you do? Do you need to sit down and write down all the things that you know to realize you're worthy of asking for that pay raise? What is it going to take? But you can't ask other people for why you're worthy. You have to sit down and do some digging on yourself. This has to come from inside you. And it has, and the external stuff and the ring or the car or whatever, that's later. Because some people like material things and some people don't. According to my astrology signs, I like material things, and I don't disagree with that.
I could have told you that the day I met you. Yeah, but honestly, that's the thing. Here's the thing. It's okay to like material things. It's okay. We're allowed to do it. I don't know, we feel guilty about it because of, for me, it was the way I was raised, right? Is that, the money mindset element of it. And so like buying something really expensive was always out of the question. It was never even considered.
Oh my God.
Right. Ever. But like with the ring, like if it's like something that means something to you, it's kind of like we were talking about tattoos.
Yeah.
Right. Like if there is a sentimental association with it, and it's a goal you achieved in your life. Like we've a friend we've mentioned before, when she wins a case,
Oh, yeah.
She buys a purse, or she
Yeah.
buys the glasses, or
Yeah.
she buys the thing.
Yeah.
And she says, and here's ironically, her dad, not shaming him, but his response is always like, you still spent the money
Yeah.
to buy the thing.
And also, she doesn't get a pay raise when she wins.
Right. It's not like she's getting a pay raise.
She gets paid the
But
same
for
amount
her,
whether she wins or loses.
She's like, when this case goes, when the case concludes, then I get to buy the thing.
Yeah.
Right. And I think it's great. They're like milestones of her life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really agree. And I just want to like go on this one thing. When it comes to some of the material possessions, especially a piece of jewelry, that is something that you are wearing it every day. So it's a physical reminder of why you thought you're worthy of that. And then two, and Margot talked about this, you do often give it to someone. Like, we don't have children, but I imagine Ella will like all of my jewelry. If Meredith has a daughter, we'll have to figure it out. But like, I imagine that like our niece Ella, she likes to wear pretty princess stuff. I imagine she'll like my drinks.
I have a feeling. I'm sure she will. Well, thanks for going down that journey with us here. Stick around. We'll be right back. We're going to dig into some beit action items that you discussed with Margot McNaull. All right, here. Let's talk about those beit action items. What bold, executable, intrinsic, or targeted action items can we take away from your convo with Margot McNaull? Don't give up on yourself, she said, right? To go through what you need to go through, to be that strong, that successful, that whatever, you have to go through some pretty dark valleys, right? It's not just like, it's just kind of inherently built into life. We all know this, right? But don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. She said, look at things in a way that other people, maybe they don't want to. It's easier not to dig into these things, to look at these things. But then you're gonna come out if you give up, right? You're gonna come out with a less powerful message. Okay, let's put some actual context into what this vagueness that we're talking about here. Don't give up on yourself, right? If you're allowed to fail, okay, but if you fail, let's keep going. So, for example, maybe it is going to bed earlier, or just getting up earlier, or maybe it is, eating food that is, like maybe you always skip breakfast and you're like, I want to eat breakfast because I know it's going to jumpstart my metabolism, whatever, right? Okay, like how do we do this? How do we actually make this habit, create this habit? And we could talk about habit building later, but it doesn't have to be this huge epic goal. It can be these smaller things. And that's actually a great place to start to build that habit.
Yeah. And if you miss a day, it's not a failure. You just eat your breakfast later. Start again. Celebrate what you thought about it.
Yeah. What about you?
Okay. So this is really cool. This made me think of Joanna, whose last name is escaping me, but she was in the second year the podcast was out, and she had to be an action about wearing the shoes. Just like buy the shoes.
Joanna White.
Yes.
Joanna White.
Yes. She's
episode 171.
Nailed it. She always said, buy the shoes and wear them, right? And so this particular beit action makes me think of that. She said, you can take your old jewelry and have it revamped and have it transformed. And sometimes that's like the permission that a lot of us need. It's like, oh, we're not buying a new thing because we have these old things, but we're not wearing the old things, or we're not as proud of the old things. And you can actually just revamp the old things, and now it's new again.
Yep.
And so if you have an old thing, like consider revamping it because you are worthy of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was a family heirloom that's like, cool and amazing and sentimental, but not hip and fun and funky that you'd wear all the time. Maybe you could have something tweaked on that and it would all of a sudden fit your personality today. So 100%. Love that. You have our permission.
Yeah. Yeah. And
to make changes to things.
And walk around. I'm worthy of, fill in the blank for yourself. I'm Lesley Logan.
And I'm Brad Crowell.
Thank you so much for listening to our amazing podcast. Yes, I said our podcast is amazing because it fucking is.
Because we're worthy of it being amazing.
I'm so proud of it. This is episode 554, you guys.
Holy mackerel.
So do me a huge favor and share one of your favorite episodes with a friend who needs to hear it. It's how this podcast gets out. It means the world to me. It is like a great gift to me.
Yep.
And Brad, and a review goes a long way because words of affirmation are my love language. So I've asked for 2 things. Thank you so much. Asked for 3 actually. And just do one of them. Don't have to be an overachiever. Until next time, be it till you see it.
Bye for now.
That's all I got for this episode of the Be It Till You See It podcast. One thing that would help both myself and future listeners is for you to rate the show and leave a review. And follow or subscribe for free wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, make sure to introduce yourself over at the Be It Pod on Instagram. I would love to know more about you. Share this episode with whoever you think needs to hear it. Help us and others be it till you see it. Have an awesome day.
Be It Till You See It is a production of the Bloom Podcast Network. If you want to leave us a message or a question that we might read on another episode, you can text us at +1 310 905 5534 or send a DM on Instagram at beitpod.
It's written, filmed, and recorded by your host, Lesley Logan, and me, Brad Crowell.
It is transcribed, produced, and edited by the Epic team at Diseño.co.
Our theme music is by Ali at Apex Production Music, and our branding by designer and artist Gianfranco Cioffi.
Special thanks to Melissa Solomon for creating our visuals.
Also to Angelina Herrico for adding all of our content to our website. And finally, to Meredith Root for keeping us all on point and on time.